Today, trade talks started between the U.S. and China as Trump indicated he's open to dropping his aggressive 145% tariff on China down to only 80%. Talks will continue tomorrow. The meetings between the two economic powerhouses are the first since Trump initiated his 145% tariff on Chinese goods. And yesterday, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick previewed the talks by calling them a de-escalation on Trump's part. Take a listen.
I agree. 145%, as the president said. Come on. You know what that is? That's decoupling. You don't do business that way. And as you hear, of course, as the president said, the boats are just turning back around and going back. So I think the president would like to work it out with China. As he said, he'd like to de-escalate it. But look, he's not going to live with $1 trillion deficit. He's just not going to do it. So the idea is de-escalate, but let's get China trade right.
Joining us now, host of the How to Fix It podcast on The Bulwark, John Avlon. He's also author of Lincoln and the Fight for Peace. Also with us, host of Firing Line on PBS, Margaret Hoover. Thanks so much, guys, for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming on.
So, Margaret, my first question is for you, which is Lutnick says he wants to de-escalate with China. Have they considered not escalating in the first place?
Don't fire the first shot at all.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, maybe nobody wins a trade war is, the mantra that they should be saying to themselves. Obviously not. Here we are. Look, I haven't found, I talked to a lot of folks. I haven't found a conservative economist yet who thinks that a trade war is a good idea. Basically, the most conservative economists, even Glenn Hubbard, who ran the Council on Economic Advisors for George W. Bush, who actually was there when Bush put in the first steel tariffs in 2002, 2001, all say that, this is a series of events in search of a strategy, right? Like there's nobody can tell or discern including the president's own cabinet, what exactly the end game is here and exactly why. It looks like we're shifting now towards China. Great. But to what end? What is is this a national security play? Ultimately, will our trade policy just look like a humongous hunk of Swiss cheese with lots of, little bitty holes carved through it with all of the little
and presumably some of
the
the holes in the cheese will be for his friends, right?
And for industries of importance and for industries who, pick and choose. I think it depends on the country, right? We've seen the UK deal. The UK deal is now allowing for Boeing to have certain sales and not have tariffs on it. It's allowing for Well, the British didn't give up the chicken piece of it, right? Because somehow our chlorinated chicken is offensive to them. But that's fine. So again, it's Swiss cheese, and it's a different set of holes depending on the country. I think the friends and the people who are the most powerful voices at the table.
John, what do you think is realistically going to happen this weekend? And is it too late at this point to kind of turn the chaos and the craziness around?
Well, the damage has been done to some extent because America's reputation as a reliable trade partner has been damaged, and we're already setting into motion. I think the rest of the world's starting to say, well, the really danger long term is that the world reserve currency status is compromised. But they're going to try to de-escalate as best they can, but to some extent the damage has been done, and they're certainly not going to de-escalate to zero. The trade wars are on. But I think the key point is that the sycophancy is what to watch. It's who comes and kisses the ring and gets special treatment. It's Howard Lutnick saying, well, of course 145 was always absurd, but now we're talking 80. Yeah. The really credibility is that America's credibility as a reliable trade partner, as a reliable ally is gone. You want to get tough on China? Have at it. Clearly the WTO did not work the way it was intended. We can all recognize that. So there's a certain scrambling in place, but the real underlying issue is America as a stable trading partner, as a beacon of freedom, is being damaged by this administration's
and credibility can't be fixed in a weekend.
It can't be fixed in a decade.
Yeah,
or
it's built up over a long time. One thing that he has been celebrating this week is this deal, I use scare quotes deliberately, with the UK on trade, as you pointed out.
But they had a big announcement in the White House.
They had a big announcement in the White House. It resulted in slightly lower tariffs for Bentleys and Rolls-Royces, as we've discussed, although still higher than they were last year, whatever. My question is, if that's the best we can get out of one of our closest
Yes.
allies, a NATO ally, what are the chances that we actually get some significant concessions out of China?
Well, first of all, two things. One, it's like very important to remember that we had a trade surplus with the UK.
Also that.
Right? So like if the premise of renegotiating all these bilateral trade deals was because of the $1 trillion deficit, he said, which by the way, I'm sure he meant trade deficit because they're doing nothing on the fiscal side.
Right.
It's the actual deficit. But on the trade deficit piece of this, they were a surplus.
Yeah.
And by the way, there are other countries with which we are now in sort of these bilateral negotiations with which we also have a surplus. And all of this is about goods, not even services, with which we also have considerable surpluses with many of these countries. That part aside, he needs a win. And what we do know about markets is that they run on confidence.
Yes.
And he can take, if Donald Trump is anything, he is a confidence man. He is a hype guy. He is a successful marketer. And if he can take one trade deal, regardless of whether it's materially better, that much or not, but tell everybody it's the best trade deal that has ever happened with the UK and would never have happened without him. And then maybe he gets India. And then maybe he gets Australia. And maybe he gets a couple others. Look, I do think it's fair to say that if that restores confidence in the markets, and we have seen a little bit of evidence that the markets have responded positively to this.
I don't know
you
why.
don't like it. I am not
I don't
saying this is
understand
a
why.
good strategy. I am just saying this can help pull it back from the brink. By the way, we all want that.
Yes, you can pull it back from
We
the
do
brink,
want
but you get a certain sort of dead cat bounce. There are a lot of larger, there are a lot of larger trends.
A dead cat.
Yes, it does in this case. But the real underlying issue is that you can't spend the bond market doesn't give a damn about spin and hype. This is about long-term confidence, and that has been damaged, and he broke it. And anyone who buys it is a fool or a sycophant.